Welcome to webinar 22. We're all month we're talking about hormones and weight loss, but today in particular, let's get this full screen. And hey, shout out to the Blue Phoenix. Today we are talking about micronutrients, my favorite, and hormones. Small nutrients, big impact. And here's the question. Have you ever felt bloated, exhausted, moody, stuck? Your weight's going up, although you're eating all the right things, you think anyway. And you get this thought, I wonder if it's my hormones. Well, congratulations, because you are already ahead of the game. Most wellness programs completely overlook the power of these invisible essentials that power your body from the inside out. And that means there's going to be a missing piece in the program. But even though you're right on target as far as thinking about your hormones, what if the real issue wasn't your hormones, but the missing tiny ingredients they need to work? We call them cofactors. So, coming up, we are going beyond calories and carbs, and we're stepping into the world of micronutrient magic, the invisible essentials that unlock metabolism, energy, hormones, and vitality. Ooh, well, that's a lot of words, isn't it? But let's go with this. By the end of this session, you will discover why common symptoms like fatigue, cravings, brain fog may be signs of a micronutrient deficiency, not just a hormonal imbalance. We'll discover the four key hormone systems: thyroid, estrogen, progesterone, metabolic hormones, that includes insulin, GLP-1, leptin, ghrelin, glucagon, and testosterone, and the specific nutrients that they depend on. We'll discover how these invisible essentials like zinc, magnesium, selenium, and B vitamins act as the switches that turn your hormones back on. Actually, I even have a better metaphor coming up, but let's just uh, go with this. And we'll think about the difference between eating for fuel and eating to activate wellness, energy, and fat loss. So, um, like I said, that's a lot of words, that's a lot of action, but maybe there's a simpler way to think about this. Yeah, this is a much better slide, right? So when you think about a symphony orchestra, think of your hormones as the, the instruments, right? And you've got all the different sections. You've got the string section, the brass, the rhythm section. You've got all different kinds of instruments, and each one has its time to shine. And they work best when they work together. And when one instrument is out of tune, it really affects the music. Now, in this analogy, the music is your metabolism. And we want it running like clockwork to make those things, the energy, the vitality, um, your uh, all of your vital functions, your mood, your brain power, everything is linked to your metabolism. But here's the thing. You are the conductor of the orchestra. So what you do, or I will say you have the power to affect all of these things. And how do you do that? What is the most important or the most impactful image on this slide? I'll show you. I'll show you. It's the baton. Why is the baton so important? Well, I used to conduct an orchestra, and let me tell you, the baton was everything. It was how I talked to the orchestra. It's how I communicated to each section. It was how I could uh, tell who to one instrument to get louder, the others to get softer, speed up, slow down. It was all in the communication of the baton. So, in your body, or in this analogy, your baton is your control over the orchestra. And every choice that you make sends a signal. And what are the signals you send, or how do you send those signals to your orchestra? Through your nutrition, through your sleep, through your supplements, through your lifestyle. Harnessing these things gives you the power to shape the music of your metabolism. And if I didn't show you another slide, I would I hope you will keep this slide in your mind, because actually I want to show it again, because you are in control of the orchestra of your metabolism, of the music of your metabolism. Okay, so we got some secrets to get into. Secret number one, the thyroid. That's one of those instruments, right? The thyroid doesn't guess, it waits for the right ingredients. So, what do I mean by that? What I mean is when it doesn't have what it needs, it doesn't, what do they say, rob Peter to pay Paul? It just slows down. And your metabolism runs on thyroid hormones, but you need the right micronutrients to make the signals that the thyroid needs, your thyroid hormones. So without iodine, selenium, zinc, and iron, your thyroid slows down, and so do you. So here's some key information. Iodine is the raw material for T4. Selenium activates T3. Zinc and iron are key cofactors. And when you have deficiency, you might experience fatigue, weight gain, cold intolerance, and low mood. So, what are some action steps? What can you have in your baton, right? Well, we have treasures from the land, we have treasures from the sea. From the sea, sea vegetables like kelp or blue-green algae, brown algae, they have amazing compounds that help to uh, balance and nourish the thyroid. And treasures from the land, Brazil nuts are uh, noted for their selenium content, but other treasures from the land as well. But just keep in mind that these are components of your baton. Secret number two, estrogen and progesterone need micronutrient mediators. So we've talked about thyroid. Now we're going to talk about your sex hormones. Estrogen and progesterone don't operate on their own. They are regulated by micronutrients like magnesium, vitamin B6, vitamin D. Without them, women face premenstrual syndrome, mood swings, perimenopausal syndrome, menopause, anxiety, irregular cycles, and I'm sure uh, I'm not giving you information here that's strange, right? We all experience this. So what um, are the keys? Well, magnesium regulates estrogen receptors and calms down your nervous system. B6 uh, is involved in neurotransmitter production and the pathways that detox your hormones. And vitamin D, crucial for estrogen receptor sensitivity and balance. Action step, let's put that magnesium right in the baton, right? So end your day with a magnesium rich ritual that can include leafy greens, that can include a magnesium supplement. And there are different types, but there are some good ones out there. I like mine the best, but that also includes Epsom salts because magnesium is a key component of Epsom salt. And just the fact of taking a warm bath, right? We've talked about how that triggers your parasympathetic nervous system to rest and recover. Secret number 3, your appetite isn't a malfunction of willpower. It's your hormones looking for nutrients. So these micronutrients directly influence hormones like insulin, leptin, ghrelin, GLP-1, and the hormones regulate your metabolism, your hunger, your fat storage, your fullness. If you're missing key nutrients, these hormones go haywire, and so does your appetite. Your appetite is like that orchestra not being in harmony and in balance. So, what are the keys? Chromium and magnesium improve insulin sensitivity. There are others, but these are highlights. Zinc and B vitamins help with leptin and ghrelin regulation. And fiber and polyphenols, these are plant-derived, some of our plant-derived nutrients, uh, carotenoids, different things. They support GLP-1 and microbiome synergy. And we know GLP-1 agonists are in the news, and there are natural ways to actually support your body in producing and keeping GLP-1 around. So what is the action step? Pair every meal with a source of magnesium and fiber to help stabilize your hunger signals and your energy. So lentils, pumpkin seeds, spinach. We talked about leafy greens. Now here's a bonus secret. Muscle, mood, and metabolism need testosterone too. Testosterone? What am I talking about? Well, testosterone is not just a male hormone. It helps women with muscle tone, libido, drive, and this one is my favorite. That's why I highlighted it, metabolic fire. Testosterone also needs zinc, vitamin D, and cholesterol to function. Zinc is essential for testosterone synthesis. Vitamin D influences the levels and receptor sensitivity. That means how much your body listens to the testosterone. And chronically low levels of testosterone can be shown or can have symptoms of low energy, slow recovery, and mood changes. What can we do? Well, we can add pumpkin seeds or shellfish. Both are naturally rich in zinc and they support healthy testosterone production. Whew. All right, so I'm Dr. Lisa Singletary, the 100-pound weight loss specialist, and we are going through the 5 M's of total transformation. This week's M is micronutrients, which is why I'm wearing my pink shirt. So, but this is how we empower each other from the inside out with the 5 M's of total transformation: mindset, macronutrients, micronutrients, motion, and measurement. So next week we'll talk about motion, and the week after measurement. I can't wait. But just a little more about me. I am known as the 100-pound weight loss specialist. I'm a retired family physician. I have a master's degree in public health, and I'm learning so much since I retired about the world of holistic health and wellness, and um, we used to call it alternative medicine, but I became a certified holistic health coach, and I'm very passionate about empowering you to achieve your health goals. So we're talking about micronutrients and um, hormones, and we're talking about the 5 M's. So one of the 5 M's that I was very heavily dependent on was motion, and the music definitely helped my hormones, helped my mood, helped my energy, but I didn't have the micronutrients at that time. A couple years later, that was 2006, this is 2008, I left my practice to go home and take care of my parents, which I did for 8 years. And at the end of 8 years, I needed my father's wheelchair just to get around the house. I needed a miracle. And this is my disclaimer slide. So let me disclaim. This is not a medical consultation. I'm not, uh, this is not intended to uh, diagnose, uh, heal, identify, or re reverse any diseases, any medical conditions. What I'm doing is sharing some things that I found that made a dramatic change in my life. I needed a miracle. And something happened when I learned the power of nutrifying my cells and hydrating and detoxifying. And that helped me to go from the picture on the left to the picture in the middle in about 8 months. And uh, the picture on the right was 5 years later, and I'm still on the journey. But the key for me was complete nutrition, hydration, and detoxification. So that's the secret. Bonus secret number 2, the nutrition blueprint for hormone mastery. And I've been sharing this uh, all month, but let's just talk about the steps just a little bit. So step number 1 in the 5 steps to nutritional completeness: avoid the bad foods. I don't care what diet you're on, just as long as you avoid the bad foods. And what are the bad foods? Gluten, seed oils, fried foods, processed foods, sugar. So, these things when you make choices um, that include these things, you are using your baton to conduct the orchestra right into chaos. And that music is not going to be harmonious. But these are choices that you make. So you as a conductor, your first choices are to avoid the bad foods. Okay. And when I say gluten, maybe you don't know what gluten is. It's found in wheat, barley, rye, and oats. Step number 2, we need all of the elements. So when I was ballroom dancing, I had some components, but I wasn't getting all of the 90 essentials. And we've been talking about the invisible microscopic essentials, and there are 90 essential nutrients. And the word essentials means two things. It means you need them, and it means your body can't make them. So you have to get them somehow, either from your food or from supplementation. And it's good luck trying to get it from your food these days. Step number 3, we have to deal with the stress that our bodies are under. And so we help the body out with antioxidants, adaptogens, and anti-inflammatories. Step number 4, you are not what you eat. You are what you absorb. So we have to protect our gut lining. We have to support our gut microbiome, the good bacteria, as they are at war with the bad bacteria, quote unquote. So digestive health is of the utmost importance. Now, step number 5 is where so much fun happens, and you can go from cold therapy to red light, infrared therapy to targeted nutrition for brain support, joint support, uh, just so many things. Massage, uh, prayer, um, just so many. The world's your wellness oyster in Wellness Wonderland, but it has to be built on the foundation of the first 4 steps. So what are these 90 essential nutrients? Well, 60 of them are essential minerals. 16 are essential vitamins, 12 are essential amino acids, and 2 to 3 are essential fatty acids. Now, we've mentioned a few of them, maybe 5, I think, uh, of these nutrients, but there are 90 that your body needs. What's a girl to do? Find, and this is the formula that I have found, a formula that has all 90 essential nutrients in a convenient form where you can get the right nutrients, the right dose at the right time of day, optimize your mornings, recharge your evenings. But we're talking about now, again, I'm going to show you some options for step 5 from Wellness Wonderland, but it all has to be built on the foundation of the first 4 steps. And these are only a few different ways of nourishing and supporting your hormones. And some of them have phytonutrients, some of them are herbal, some of them are minerals, uh, all of them are combinations of things. But again, this is only after considering and putting into place the first 4 steps. So what did we discover today? Your symptoms aren't just random. They may be your body's signals that micronutrients are missing. Hormones like thyroid, insulin, estrogen, and testosterone need specific vitamins and minerals to function properly. We can't rebalance hormones with willpower or calories. But if we give it the right raw materials, then your body is very smart. Your body knows what to do when we give it the right complete nutrition. And the smallest nutrients can make the biggest difference in energy, metabolism, mood, and weight. You don't need more restriction, you need better instructions. And micronutrients give your body the code to heal. Now, how do we, and I have to tell you, we had a thunderstorm last night and my electricity went out and I I there's another slide that I wanted to put in here, but I want to harken back to the slide about the music. If you think of your hormones as the orchestra, and you are the conductor, the baton is how you direct the orchestra. and then you will produce, when you make the right choices, your metabolism will be in tune, harmonious, and you'll be producing beautiful metabolic music. So what was your big takeaway today? And what's one change you're going to try this week? I know we had 1 week where I actually gave you a gluten-free challenge, and I got some very good responses back. So, did you see anything in the action steps that that you're going to put into action this week? Share it with us. Now, I said we're going to be to. Well, we only have 2 more weeks in May, and we only have 2 more weeks in our spring schedule. So we're looking forward to motion next week, how the right motion unlocks weight loss. So we're going to talk about different types of exercises and motion for weight loss. And on May 31st, we're going to talk about measuring or tracking your hormones. Now, your scale gives you an indication, but what happens or what kind of information do we get when we're tracking these different hormones? All right. Oh, I want to invite you. Some of you are here live with us for our Faith, Fitness, and Freedom webinar, but the replay is available. So all you have to do is scan the QR code. I hope this isn't annoying. There. I'm not sure what you're seeing on the other side, but scan the QR code and you can get access to the replay, or you can go to drlisasingletary.online/faith, fitness, freedom, but put some hyphens in there. You know, I like to hyphenate. So faith fitness freedom. And Coach Judy Handworker and I had a lovely conversation about mind, body, and spirit getting back to, or getting on the road to optimal wellness. So we've had some small wins, some small action steps, but here's a huge one. Maybe you don't know where to start. So I want to invite you to go to the Health Hub, just scan this code, or go to drlisasingletary.online/health-hub health-hub. And there are 3 steps there. Step 1 is to get your personalized health score. Step 2 is to listen to the greatest health lecture of all time. And step 3 is when you can connect with me and we can plan your journey to optimal wellness. Now, for today's topic, I've put together a little download for you. And you scan the code, you'll find the 10 natural ways to boost or to balance your hormones. And I called this the top 10 list after I did the research, did a lot of research. And these are going to be your baton. These are going to be ways that you can conduct the orchestra of your hormones and come out with beautiful metabolic music. But wait, there's more. Grab this one. This is actually from last week, but I can't overemphasize the importance of protein. And that's one of the signals that we give to our metabolic orchestra when we give it enough protein. So this was a very popular based on how many downloads were requested. But this is, what does 30 grams of protein look like? And I don't need your name or email address. You just scan the code or type in the link, drlisasingletary.online/30, that's 30, the number, grams of protein. And you'll get directly to the download. Alrighty, Well, thank you for joining us today. And if you want to see this again tonight, I'm gonna be live in the comments when YouTube has the premiere. So that will be the first time that this is going to be shown on YouTube. This right now we're in a private Zoom room, but it'll be premiered to the public tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern, and I'll be live in the comments with you. And so I welcome you back. Just go to my YouTube channel, Dr. Lisa Singletary, and you'll see the premiere. So we're exposing the secrets. We're learning all of the little tips and tricks that we can use for our metabolic orchestra to make beautiful music. So thank you for joining me today. See you tonight at 9. I love you all. And if you're here live, um, I'll be answering some questions at after the recording. So thank you. Love you. Mwah.